Hello and welcome back to Sonny Talk Spurs, and today we're going to be talking about the return of Rodrigo Bentancur and how important it's going to be for Tottenham Hotspur. But if you're new to the channel, and before we get into this, leave a like on the video, subscribe to Sonny Talk Spurs and hit the notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. Now, let's get into the video. So reliable Tottenham journo Paul O Keefe tweeted in the last few days that Rodrigo Bentancur is about 3 to 4 weeks away from returning to first team action. Obviously, there's been some images since the start of the season of Bentancur back out on the grass with the main team, adjusting to that obviously awful ACL injury he got towards the end of last season, which was terrible because, you know, apart from, I'd say, Harry Kane, Bentancur was probably our best player last season. You know, he really showed that he was an amazing joint signing with Dejan Kulusevski for the price. And he was just offering stuff that not many of our midfielders, you know, I'm thinking Ollie Skip, I'm thinking Højbjerg, really offered. You know, he was offering progressive passes, better dribbling, better defensive work as well. He was a proper bit of a box-to-box midfielder. He even popped up with a few goals. I'm thinking of a couple against Leeds. I'm thinking of the ones against Bournemouth as well. You know, he was a vital player. And I remember seeing when he got that injury, Tottenham fans were basically like, that's our season over. You know, he is such an integral part of the jigsaw. And I'll be honest, like during this season and over the summer, I kept forgetting he was at the club because, you know, that injury did take him away from us for like a long period of time. But, you know, hearing that he's 3 to 4 weeks away and to hear that we are adding him to a midfield that already consists of top performers in James Maddison, a good creator. You know, Yves Bissouma, good defensively, but he's also good at progressing it, and Pape Matar. It just, you know, it sort of takes the burden off of, you know, already like a bit of an area of the team which is, I wouldn't say weak, but the replacements that come in are, you know, what I'm saying Højbjerg and Skip are a bit of a downgrade to what's currently there. So Bentancur comes in as a bit of better depth because, you know, I assume he won't just be chucked in at the deep end because, you know, after an injury like that, you sort of have to adjust to life again on a football pitch in the Premier League, especially because of the intensity. So I can see him coming in gradually, being bled in, you know, brought in on as late subs and stuff like that. But eventually, I think he would replace Sarr, or at least rotate with him in the side. Obviously, Sarr is more of the defensive option. Obviously, we do traditionally play a 4-3-3, but, you know, in certain games we've done it as a 4-2-3-1, and Bissouma and Sarr sort of sit together, and then one might go and one might stay. But I assume Bentancur will be used in games probably similar to how we saw against Luton, where we do need to unlock more doors and they will have a low block, so we will have to sort of play between the lines and have better progressive passing. And that's why I think, you know, bringing him, and hence the title of the video, that's why I think Bentancur will take Tottenham to a next level when he gets back into the team, because he just will make that midfield of Bissouma, Maddison and Bentancur. Is there many more better in the Premier League? I mean, maybe your Cities when they're fully fit, your Liverpools, you know, even your Arsenals. But apart from that, I think it's quite strong. I'm not going to lie. I really think that is a team and a midfield that should be getting top 4, potentially. So obviously this video was inspired by his return to injury. So it made me want to go a bit down memory lane and, you know, sort of focus on what made Bentancur so good in a team which was obviously meant to be more defensively, even though we conceded a shed load of goals last season and we were just absolutely terrible. So I'm going to pull up his FBref now because, you know, FBref, it's just so good at, you know, really finding out the nitty-gritty of those underlying numbers, especially for a player like Bentancur, who is that modern-day midfielder. You know, before I do pull them, actually, it is still interesting how, you know, these midfielders, I mentioned Bissouma, I mentioned Bentancur, the fees we got them for in the end, it just blows my mind. You know, when you've seen Caicedo and Rice go for the 100 mark and Enzo Fernandez as well. Like, is Bentancur too... Like, what does Bentancur offer that Enzo Fernandez doesn't? Like, maybe an age thing, I don't know. But at the end of the day, Bentancur's more proven in the Premier League than Enzo Fernandez. And, you know, Rice and Caicedo have shown, obviously, amazing form at their previous clubs, and they're starting to show form now at their current. But I still think Bentancur is just for the fee. And the fact that, I think if you went up to a Juventus fan and said, would you take Bentancur back? I think they'd snap your arm off. But let's get into those stats. So the stats are on screen right now, and I'm going to focus firstly on that middle section and the passes. You know, the pass attempts, 55.52 per 90. Pass completion in the 82.3%. Progressive passes at 5.93. Progressive carries at 2.22. Successful take-ons at 1.48. Touches, 1.62. And progressive passes received, 1.30. Some very strong, you can see by the green there, some very strong numbers. And it is just going to, you know, make us a bit more, you know, adding another string to our bow. You know, if we can attack in certain, like, it just takes the pressure off certain players, you know, especially with the way we're going to have the fullbacks in the middle section, the wingers out wide. It just opens up options and passing avenues, having another good passer. Because at the moment, it's Tottenham fans and neutrals keep saying, well, if Maddison gets injured, then who's going to be your curator? Who's going to make your chances? Bentancur. That's the answer. Like, he will come in and be that difference maker. And just reading those stats, it just shows how vital and important he will be. And even look, his tackles, 2.60. Like, they're very strong as well. He is going to be fantastic. It's just, he's good at breaking up the play. I've seen a lot of Tottenham fans seem to be making compilations of Bentancur at the moment, you know, and tackling is a strong part of his game, you know. Not as, you know, he's not really a defensive midfielder, but he is just in that middle of the park where maybe a team are divvying on the ball, breaking up the play, finding that progressive pass, unlocking a Son, unlocking a Kulusevski down the wing, and just really creating more chances, because that's what Tottenham are doing at the moment. More progressive passes than ever, creating more chances than ever, and with Bentancur in the team, it'll be fantastic. And his non-penalty goals, you know, 0.46, non-penalty XG, 0.19, shots total, 1.30. His assists could be a bit better, but he's like assisting the assister, so maybe if he can bump them up a bit. Non-penalty XG and XAG 0.24. You know, he's got some very good underlying numbers, and it's very good to see when you compare him with some other midfielders across Europe as well. So yeah, I'm all aboard the Bentancur trade, and I just think he's going to offer us so much more in that midfield, and it really excites me, especially when we brought in Maddison and when Bissouma was hitting the ground running. I was like, adding Bentancur to this is going to be spicy. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you excited for Bentancur's return? Do you think he's going to make a massive impact, or are you a bit worried that his injury might have taken a bit of his edge away from him? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. And as I said at the top of the video, if you are new around here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to Sonny Talks Spurs, and hit that notification bell. And as I say, I've been Sonny, and I'll see you guys very soon, and a ciao.